So recently I got some questions about teaching in the UK or teaching abroad generally. If an unqualified teacher can actually get a job, I mean a permanent job in the UK. I've said it a lot of times on this channel that there is a 4 years route exemption whereby you can teach in the UK for 4 years without being qualified, and then after that 4 years you need to get your license to teach in the UK. I don't know if this is applicable to other countries, but I know of the United Kingdom. Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. So I have someone here. She's a subscriber. She's now a sister. Yes, I have her here today, and she's a mathematics specialist. She's going to be telling us how she got her permanent job, um, life about teaching in an independent school, which is also called a private school in the UK. Meanwhile, in the UK, we have several schools. We have the academy, we have the grammar school, we have the Catholic school, we have the SEND school that is for students with special needs, and we have the independent school, which is also called private school. So guys, I'm going to let her introduce herself. I have her here on my channel today, and she's going to be explaining how she got the job, the interview process, and teaching in an independent school generally. So you're welcome, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share this video for someone that will benefit from it.
Hello, guys. My name is Suliat Emiola. Actually, I'm so happy to be on the show today because I actually get to know Omowumi through this channel. When I was doing my research on Google, I could remember when I started everything, it was just like something that was not possible, but eventually I did it, and I'm so happy. So one thing I want people to always remember is that don't get tired of making research. Don't get tired of finding information everywhere. So when I came to the UK, I've done a lot of menial jobs. I have worked as a cleaner. I remember when I was working as a cleaner, and I told my mom, she was like, don't tell anybody about it, because she was not happy. She was really not happy that I was working like that in the UK. But I did all of those work. I worked in a factory and all of that. So being a teacher in Nigeria already, I practiced for a while in Nigeria. Not like I was always practicing like that. So I was not a full-time teacher like that, but I am a trained teacher in Nigeria because I studied mathematics education. So, but you know how teachers work is in Nigeria compared to where we are now. So when I was telling my husband that I wanted to do this teaching thing, it was like, how do you think that would be possible for you? How did you want to get the link? You think it's just easy to come into a country and just go into a system like that? So I told him I'll be able to do it. So I started my research from Google. I was searching every time I'll put it on Google, like, how do I get a teaching job? How do I do this? How do I do that? Then I came across Omowumi's video, and that has really, really helped me because I got a lot of information. And on our channel, I found out that I will be able to, like, I can get to teach with an agency as a start. So I started teaching through an agency in the first place. That was the experience, because I remember that before that, I was calling different agencies, but a lot of them turned me down. But the truth is, most of the agencies that turned me down are now calling me now. They're picking up my CV and they're calling me for a job. It wasn't too easy, but because of those information and the ones I got from people, it helped me to get it. So I started with agency actually, which is
As a
not bad.
supply
Just to
teacher.
get supply teacher. Yeah, supply. That's what they give, because it's not permanent. It's just a temporary contract. In fact, I started with a day-to-day work. So sometimes I get shifts, sometimes I do not get. But at some point, I just became lucky, and I got a long-term contract, which actually helped me to stay in one school for a
Yeah,
while.
for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm going to share a little of my experience as an agency worker then. It was not easy going to new schools every time. And then the teaching system in the UK is quite different from what we have back in Nigeria. Yeah, because UK, the student will take opportunity of the fact that you may not come the second day. You may never come again after the one time. So
Yeah.
most of them do
Yes.
whatever they like. So when I got
When they see supply, they think it's time to play.
So when I got the long term, like long term means like you are able to stay in a place for long, like you're signing a contract with them, maybe for the whole term. So it's actually better than
Mm.
me going to one school today and the other school tomorrow as a
Yeah.
cover supervisor. So
Yeah.
when I started that, I get used to those students. It helps my experience as well because most of them know that I'll always be there. They get to know me, and the respect was there compared to
Mm.
how the respect
Mm.
cover teachers. So it was not. I'm just saying it was not as easy as I'm saying it. So whatever you want to
Time,
do, you
right?
need to give it time. You need to give
Mm.
it time.
Mm.
But if you are so committed to it, it will eventually happen. So if it's not happen as soon as you
Mhm.
want it, don't give up. Don't give
Mm.
up. Just keep
Yeah.
pushing. Keep pushing.
Mm.
Don't say because
Mm.
wow, I've been trying this, I've done that, I've done this, I've been on it for a long time and it's not working, and then you want to stop it. Don't stop. Because a lot of people have passed through and they
Mhm.
were in your position and eventually they got it. So
Yeah.
it might just be like a little time for you to get what you want and then you give up on it. So and then I wanted to start applying for permanent role.
Mm.
So I do not have QTS. I am not qualified or licensed in the UK yet. Hopefully, it might happen soon. But at the moment, I am not qualified in the UK. So because I do not have the teaching license in the UK, they call us unqualified teachers.
Teachers. Yes.
Yeah. So I started applying. I know there was going to be like that has actually been like I don't know how to put it, like something that will not like that can discourage me from applying. But I'm
Mm.
just the
Like
kind
a
of person
barrier.
that yeah, thank you. So I'm just the kind of person that wants to go like, let me just try it. What if it works? What
Yeah.
if it works? What if it works? So I started applying to different schools. I applied to a lot of schools. I was doing my application back to back. I was going on tests.com. I was going on Newtime, different sites, and I subscribed to the UK government site too. So anytime they get a new job, I'm always receiving an alert.
Mm.
I got an interview note from an independent school that I applied
Mm.
to. Independent school is like a private school. No, it is not owned by the government. It is
Mm.
owned by a company, like individuals. So
Yeah.
that's how it works. And then the difference between that independent school and the state school or government school is because it's one is owned by the government, the other one is owned by individual. And in terms of number, in the independent school are always they are not always like they don't have too much students
True.
compared
Yeah.
to the state
Government schools. Yeah.
government school. Like a smaller settings, you can't expect to be as big
Mhm.
as
Yeah.
state school. So that's the difference between them. So when I got my interview, I was like, wow. So I couldn't believe it will work because I do not have a QTS. So I went for the interview. I prepared, doing my research, going to different YouTube channels, gathering information just to make sure I am on track. So I did my interview. And then when I got there, I was asked to teach. I was asked to
Mm.
teach. That was the first thing they did. And they told me to teach. So after teaching the kids, they were really impressed. I just pick up a topic, I teach them, I give them few works to do just to test their knowledge, ask them
Yeah.
few questions
Assistance.
and
Yeah.
all of that. So after teaching them, and then we proceeded to one-on-one interview with the management, which
Okay.
because I believe most of the interviews questions in the UK they are related. That's one
Mm.
thing that people
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
especially one on one. You can always find
Mm.
something that looks like the question they will be asking you online.
Yes.
You will
They
find
will just
it's not going to be a
twist
new
it a
thing.
bit.
Yeah, that's it. It's not
Mm.
going to be an entire new thing, like something that you have not had before. So, and I think
Mm.
they just want to confirm. Most times they will confirm what you have in your CV. They want you to sell
Mm-hmm.
yourself to them. They want you to
Mm-hmm.
convince them. They want you to convince them. They want you to tell them why they need to get you in, why they need to give you the job.
Yeah.
That's very, very important.
Job. Yeah.
So you must be very bold. You must put all these though it's not easy sometimes, especially if it's going to be your first time. Some people they can really be very anxious and then But just put it that you can do it, and I'm sure you'll be able to do it.
With that, you might be nervous. It's not you might say you will be nervous. You just have to calm yourself down, especially when you get to the teaching part. Just forget that someone is in the class watching you. Just be yourself and then do your thing.
Yeah, you're right. You are the only person that can motivate yourself. That's what I tell people. You are the only
Exactly.
one that can motivate yourself better. So I
Mm,
remember being
mm,
asked that question, and I told them that because I've been in maths for a long time, and then I know how to relate mathematics to real life situations. So when you say
mm,
something like that, you need to give them an example to back it up. You will not
mm,
just say, I know how to relate whatever I'm teaching to real life situation without giving them example of what you have taught and the
mm,
real life situation you put together with it.
mm,
So I remember
mm,
telling them that I giving them an example of when
mm,
I was teaching set theory. Set theory is a very large topic in mathematics. So,
mhm,
and then the basics of set is putting something that looks alike together. So I
mm,
told them I used a kitchen as an example. Like the way we put our
mm,
kitchen, we put our things together in the kitchen. Forks
mhm,
is always we put it together. The spoons,
mm,
the pots and
mm,
all of that. So
definitely.
we put it in a
Mm,
place, secluded place. So it's not like you
mm,
mix all of those things together. So that is
mm,
exactly, so if you can put that basis forward to the student, it is very, very easy for them to relate. So by the time we
mm,
started saying the set of even number, set of odd numbers, they know that putting them together
mm,
means that they have things in common. I'm sorry,
yeah.
I'm already going into mathematics, but whatever you tell them, whatever you tell them, you must be able to relate it. Like, give them an
Mm,
example of how that happens when you are teaching,
mm,
or how that happens during the
mm,
experience you have had. So they want to know how, if you are familiar with all of those things.
mm,
So
yeah.
the fact that they don't
Right.
beat in the UK does not mean that they do not have ways of
Yeah.
punishing students.
Yes.
Yeah, they have
Yes.
ways of punishing them. So there's something we call consequences. Yeah, they get
Mm-hmm.
consequences for whatever they do. So sometimes we call it
Mm,
T1, T2. So at some point, it's going to reach a stage that the school will take it up.
mm,
After you have done that for any student that disturb it or disrupting your lesson. If any of them
mm-hmm.
is rude to you or anything, there are ways to manage it.
Yeah.
There are ways you manage it. They have their own method of disciplining their students, of
Mm,
punishing whatever. So it's actually more different from Nigerian zone. So you just issue a punishment, like, and they take it up. There is consequences for each of those stages of
mm,
punishment. So classroom management, that's part of it. It's under the interview, wherever they are going to ask you questions like that. You must be prepared. You
mm-hmm.
must be able to give side examples. For you, before you go to interview, I'm going to tell anyone that you need to prepare. Don't say because it's just an interview. If you have the time, it's very, very, very good to prepare for it. Just go
Mm,
online, make some researches, and then it works. If you can just do a little homework about it,
mm,
it's not bad.
mm.
Can you narrate how you start your lesson from the beginning till the end?
To
So
the
just
end, yeah.
briefly, yeah. So briefly, you must be able to tell them. It's going to be short, but you just have to take them through all the processes of you teaching. So in the UK,
Mm,
there is something we call I do, especially in the math settings. So we call something I do. So when you get to the classroom, you give them example. That is you doing it for them. And then later,
mm,
there is another thing we call we do. The we do on, you do it together with the class, and you carry
mm,
all the students along, so
mm,
everyone participates in that. So after I do, we do. The next one is going to be individual individual work. You give them individual work,
yeah,
and then while they
independent.
are, yeah, independent work. So while they are at it, you go around to ask them questions, know how they are doing. You need to know the stage they are in, if they need
Mm,
any help, because students, the way they grasp things are really, really different. So you need
mm,
to, I'm just taking you through the process of how we do in the classroom sometimes. So you have to go ask questions. So after you asking question for them, give them room to ask question
mm.
and all of that.
Okay, thank you very much. So what were the initial trainings since they employed you as an unqualified teacher? Were they initial trainings and orientation you received from your school?
Okay, I think I did not mention it. As an unqualified teacher, sometimes they do not give us the normal pay scale which is expected. So there is
Okay.
sometimes an arrangement where you get you don't have to, you will not be able to follow the normal pay scale until you are qualified. Yeah, and then
Okay.
some school give consideration to the number the number of the years of experience you've had back home.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
some schools give consideration to that, and then some
Hmm.
do not. So it depends on your employer and the kind of
Hmm.
school you work with.
Hmm.
So your question again, sorry.
Okay. What were the initial orientation or
Okay,
professional
orientation.
training?
So for yeah,
Yes.
there is always something we call CPD for permanent work. I think
Hmm.
every employer, both I think I don't know how it happen in the state school, but independent school we do a lot. We do back to back
Okay.
training. But the kind of training I am talking about is not mathematics training. The kind of, yeah, nobody's going to teach you math or teach you chemistry if you are employed as a chemistry teacher. I don't think they will say, you have a course to go and do chemistry somewhere. No. You have a training about
Hmm.
chemistry somewhere. No. It's not going to be on your subjects. It's going to be on
Okay.
other things like student behavior, all of these and that. Like we do CPD every now and then. When one if even if we do one last week, another updated one, we must do it. So we do safeguarding a
Hmm.
lot. Safeguarding seems to be one
Hmm.
of the most important thing. So because they want you to be familiar with the laws, the country laws that comes with your
Hmm.
profession.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that at the end of the day, you will not end
Hmm.
up doing something that you are not meant to do. So and
To do
a
you
lot
don't put yourself in
how to
trouble.
deal with students, how to deal with their parents, how to
Hmm.
safeguard them, how to
Hmm.
learn a lot of things from them.
Okay.
So we do a lot of trainings, back to back
Hmm.
CPD, professional development, and all of that.
Almost all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much. I just wanted us to give a clarity to people that I've had that question a lot. In fact, I still had one yesterday that can you come into the UK or can you teach in the UK as an unqualified teacher? I don't have QTS. Just have to keep pushing. Keep pushing. I know this woman to be a very, 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 I would say, someone that never gives up. In fact, she never gives up. Yes, yes, Suyat never gives up. I can remember what she's saying here today. I can remember during that interview time, my phone is always ringing because she'll be like, she saw this on. In fact, she has a zeal more than myself. Yes, I can tell you for a fact. Her zeal is top notch. She'll be like, I've seen this on test, I've applied. She will even call me. If you want permanent, apply on test. And in fact, she's amazing. And that is why she got the job
Thank
because
you.
she didn't relent. Yeah, she didn't relent, even though she has some agencies that were not giving her the job at first, but now they are calling her because of the experience. Because in the United Kingdom, like I said, it's all about experience. When they see you have the experience, they will start chasing you. So thank you so much, Suliat, for coming to my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. So do you have any
You're
advice for
welcome.
aspiring unqualified teachers coming into the UK? What advice do you have for them? Like, how can they have like a soft landing? I know it's difficult at first. For me, I say it's plain. You're going to face some challenges. That is certain. But what is your advice for them?
The first thing that I'm going to tell you as aspiring teachers, from wherever you are coming from, it might be Nigeria, every other country, if you are going to work somewhere else, please, your research must be top notch. Don't get tired of
Mm,
going online to watch videos, to read.
mm,
Don't get tired of asking questions. Don't get
mhm,
tired of making friends with people who are already in the field. I remember
mm,
when Omawumi, when I met her, um I actually wanted to be her friend. Not because I have seen her before, But because I know that if you are in a profession and then you need somebody who has been there before you, it is very, very important. It's very, very important
Yeah.
you have somebody who has been there
Yeah.
before you, and then
Mm,
most especially somebody who is ready to share their experience, to share their thoughts.
mm,
So don't get tired of making research. Go online every
mhm.
now and then. Google is my friend.
Yeah.
I found Omo
Yeah.
Wumi through Google.
Mm,
I remember that I was searching different things, and then when you get information, work on it. Don't relent. If one is not working, like I said earlier, I was talking about an agency that did interview for me and they rejected me. They have called me.
mm,
I can't even count the number of times they have called me to come and work for them. I did not go there. Because I know
mm,
that I do not need them any longer. So those people who have rejected you
mm.
today might come for you tomorrow. I think with that you should be
Yes.
motivated.
Yes.
Don't get tired of making
Yeah.
research. Go online, keep
Mm,
working towards it, keep gathering information that you
mm,
need to be successful.
yeah.
So it's going to
Mm-hmm.
favor you. And
Yes.
don't just get tired. See people from different these that used to be that coming from a different like a different profession coming into teaching and making it.
Mm,
So don't set a barrier for
yeah.
yourself. Don't set limitations for yourself.
Mm,
You can do it. Somebody have done it
yeah.
before. Somebody that do not have up to what you have.
Yeah.
So I think you
Mm.
can do it as well.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, Sulia. Thank you so much.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate it. And I think someone has learned from our video today. And then please like this video. If you have not subscribed, if this is your first time here, please subscribe to this channel and then share this video for someone, an unqualified teacher that is thinking, can I teach in the UK? Yes, you can. Share it for someone that will benefit from it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.